The Barracks.
Was home when you left. You're right. The dog was home when you left. You're right. The cat was home when you left. You're right. The fish was home when you left. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right. I left my home. I left my home. Johnny on.
Another week, another episode.
Hey, man, go again.
Back at it, man.
Let's go, bro.
Let's do the important things.
Emergency.
I pledge allegiance to the ways and the code of masculinity. Never at any point should the feminine imperative affect my decision-making capacity. Awe. Sebangel.
What up, boy?
And pledge sounds different today.
Hey,
I don't know if is it because I'm off personally or because of everything that's been going on, man, over the last couple of days, you know?
Yeah, this is an emergency episode in a way, cause you know, shit is bending. The world is bending, bruh.
Bitch, boy. Bend.
The world is bending, bruh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, actually, this wasn't the one we were planning on doing, but
No.
because things have happened the way they have,
Yeah.
you know.
I think this was always in the pipeline. It's just last year we didn't do it.
We didn't do it, yeah.
And I think this could easily be a series as well, because
True.
there's lots of aspects, there's loads of other people that could be involved in the conversation. So
Yeah, too many variables,
yeah,
you know. And I think also partly why we didn't do it last year was because we always had this idea of, what's it, by the time we do it, we articulate it properly, having the right personnel to assist and the right research as well, you know, just to make sure that it does what it's supposed to do in terms of impact, you know. But then, yeah, it's a code red right now, so we kind of have to just jump at it and really do the best we can, you know. Yeah, I don't want to create a somber situation here. So this is what depressed one and that. But I think let's just start with a slight moment of silence, you know, for the situation that we're dealing with, you know. Just to shout out the homie the right way.
shout out.
I think that was sufficient, dog. We're back at it. Welcome to another episode of the Barracks. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Go again.
What are we doing today, dog?
Chief. I always say we're voice pitching. Right? But the problem is the people who say we're always pitching don't watch Barracks.
I think a part of me is over that now.
Yeah.
It's like the people that complain that we're always bitching are the people that just want to stay bitching. Because had they watched the content, they wouldn't bitch as much. And they would understand why we actually bitch. You know what I mean? But I think at a point, people made the conscious decision to just not watch Barracks, regardless of how they feel about the content. You know, there are too many other factors now that contribute to them blatantly refusing to listen to episodes or watch episodes, outside of them feeling like the content is jan. You know, there was only a few people that feel like that, and even some of the people that feel like that still take the time to actually watch the content and engage and see our perspective and understand it. There's a lot of people that I've interacted with that have converted to Barracks watchers regularly because it's like, yo, now they had to get to a point where they admitted to themselves that niggas actually make sense.
Yeah, we don't need you to agree with us. We've never needed that. It's just about being objective and reasoning, dog.
It's difficult to be objective.
Yeah.
It's even more difficult to reason, particularly if you are incapacitated, you know, mentally or psychologically, to be in a position where you can reason with people that you don't agree with.
Even emotionally.
More so, actually, emotionally, because that's the case with a lot of the people, dudes included. So I'm just like, hey, man, you niggas get boring, man.
Soft boys worldwide.
You know what I mean? So I'm over it, don't know, man. I think I'll title this episode, Y'all Don't Get It. Because that's all I've been feeling this week. Like, y'all just don't get it. Entirely. Every interaction or argument that you're going to have with most of these people, they don't get it. They just don't want to listen to you. They don't want to understand you. Like, you don't want people listen passively just so you can shut up and then let them say what they want to say.
They listen to respond.
Okay.
Yeah. Not to understand.
Nakona, even the listening to respond, it's not necessarily what they are listening to respond.
They're just
They're
quiet.
just waiting for you to shut up. So then they can speak. You know what I mean? But I address the end of what you said. You know, like in hip-hop battles, like I say something to you and then you have to counter some of what I said.
Right.
At least you were listening. They don't do that. Then, so now the script suck. It's okay. After this, I'm gonna say this. After this, I'm gonna say this. Also, when I sit there, and I hate interacting with people like that because I genuinely then feel like, yo, you're dumb, and you're making a conscious effort to not hear me out. And that has been the case with this situation. You know, when we did the Will of Jada, we were talking about this.
Yeah.
You know, the context was different then, so we were able to laugh about it here and there. But then this one now is not a laughing matter. That's why we also may be coming across as depressed-ish.
This is a cold red.
You know what I mean? And we have to address it.
This is a cold red. Because I don't want it to look like we're only doing this because of that. Yeah, well, we've been having the chats about all these things, pulling up charts, pulling out numbers.
If you watch Barracks, you will know we always have been coming to this point. You know, if you watch Barracks. But the issue is that people don't watch Barracks. You know, because honestly, had people watched Barracks, dog, would have less backlash and resistance. Because everything people would be saying to us would be based on stuff that we've already said on the podcast. But now when you try to speak to me and say some stupid shit that you could have watched on the episode, I'm just like, are you not serious also? You haven't
You're
done
not
your
serious.
research.
Yeah. Because we started with, I think it was the best. Nah, but even before that one, bro.
We stayed.
Vexed and Insecure was, we were changing the gears. Like, yo, you guys are not understanding what those are complaining about. And then there was the episode that we didn't put out, Burden of Performance. That would have been a pivotal part of this conversation today.
True. I think we actually do need to redo that. My parents got to take footage, man. Shit.
Swag.
Anyway. He knows responsible for that.
But again, we can introduce that as a sidebar in this conversation because it's easily the starting point of a lot of the issues that we have as O's.
That is true.
Burden of performance.
That is true. That is true. But you know, I don't know, dog. I'm just getting to a point where now I feel like the burden of performance from a societal perspective is cool. That's acceptable. We can deal with that. Now the issue is when we start to experience that at home as well. That's what leads to the issues that then cause us to do the things that we do to ourselves.
I think it starts at home.
Maybe, possibly, but what I'm driving at is, as a man, you have to add value to the society, right? So the society can expect that of you. But at home, that shouldn't be all you are worth. At home. Ganzi, like you are saying, it starts from home. That's where we get the worst treatment if we're underperforming. So by the time you already go out into the world, they're already beat. Because you should be getting your strength at home. So
you're ready to face everyone else. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Because by the time you get to the world,
we're starting with the men down and the gold down. So sinking in. You ain't winning that game, boy.
Bro.
It's tricky.
Yes.
Yeah, more.
And most of us are from those structures, right? Men down, gold down. Puma Napa, the world, a super team, and a part again. You also feel like you consider the lane you're out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, hey, I don't know, man. I really don't know because the topic because I'm just like, yo, you guys don't listen.
They're not gonna.
You don't want to hear us anyway.
Yeah. And I think it's an even bigger problem because even the O's are not listening now.
That's the worst for me.
Yeah, even the O's are not listening. This is a problem that we are dealing with. It's a pandemic, honestly.
Yeah.
For the O's, but you will still stand up and say, "Aye, Nine, just do this," and you side with the hands. Yeah, counterproductive.
How can you side with the hands in a situation like this? But then again, it really then all goes back to the whole gynocentric society that we must live in now. Invalidating the experience of the man to focus on the experience and protection of the woman. Even us as men, when we are dealing with this, we must still be considerate of women and how they feel and what they want when we are the ones in bad positions at this point.
Does that even make sense?
It's what's expected. And it's these O's that you're complaining about that still push that narrative as well. So
yeah.
So we always find ourselves just stuck in this loop of having to please everyone else but ourselves.
I was having a chat with a mother the other day, and we were talking about not this in particular, but this whole thing. I would say our issue is y'all's issues. You guys are the problems in the issue, and I was like, no, that's not the issue. The issue is everything then ends up being about you all, regardless of what's happening.
Yeah.
That's the first problem. And then in doing that, like you said earlier, you invalidate and nullify the actual issue and the male experience and what's going on.
Yeah.
Right?
So I think in doing that, then, what position does that leave us in as men? Right? Because it's either we become monsters or we freak ourselves. There's no in between. There's really no in between, because at a point you realize, the world actually doesn't care about you and your life and your feelings.
Yeah. And everything you're going through.
As long as you're paying the bills, bro. It's fine. Honestly.
Because you do the math, right? You do the math. Imadas yakala, everything must stop. I see Shokti, it must be equal. We're just pointing out what happens. Imadas yakala, the world must stop. Everything must stop. When you tweet about Barracks, yet there's a mommy that just got fricked, or whatever happened. They're
coming for me.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Now, my man fricked himself yesterday. Now we already talking about memes about Russia and Ukraine.
Hans are still posting thirst stripes, boy. Pushing his hashtag under them thirst traps. Hans gonna be talking about mental health, bro. For everyone, not for the host. For everyone.
All lives matter.
Yeah.
Same vibes.
Yeah.
Same vibes.
Truly.
Yeah, well, they don't want to hear that though.
Again, what should we then fucking do?
Because I'm saying that the reaction you get, right? I think that's the core of my chat. One thing happens on this side, one thing happens on this side. The reaction from the world is not the same. Yeah. So we do the math and we say, "Aye, man. Anyway, when that saw I get sense. Let me just shut the fuck up. Let me shut the fuck up. Because no one's coming to save you. No one's coming to save you.
I put that in the rap, actually.
Yeah, bro. No one's coming to save you.
No, but it's tricky, because now, going back to the chat itself, maybe again, why we don't speak and why we are reserved and we hold everything in until we have heart attacks or freak ourselves. Maning lama issues na lama dynamic that influence why we do shit like that. Now, I was telling you one mothers yesterday, good to know. It's tricky, in as much as a hand I know, but you care. me sharing certain aspects of my vulnerability does not help my case with you as a hand. Yebo, you want it because you genuinely care, which I appreciate. But at the same time, when I'm vulnerable in any capacity, the attraction drops. So I lose, essentially. So what will I do? I'm not going to say shit. So you can see me as the person that you want to see. Because at the end of the day, women don't want to date other women. They want to date men. No, honestly. And recently, just to further maybe push the point here, to speak to Hans. One girl just came at me. We were just having a fight or whatever. And she reiterated stuff that I told her prior. It was actually bitching. You see what I mean? And I was like, okay, now I'm justified to never bitch again and never open up again.
Because now it becomes ammunition for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but no, the thing is, Doc, for me, even at the time, it wasn't malicious in the sense that, when I go what, no. But it's something that she said because she was feeling a way about not getting what she wants. Going back to that, at the end of the day, it's about you. And then you bring all that back. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. So me opening up and trusting you with this is inconsequential then. Actually, it's not advisable because now you're bringing it back to bite me in the ass for whatever the reason is. But now you're biting me with information that I've given you. So will I ever share information with you again? Never.
Doesn't make sense.
They never all looked out, so I'm emotionally unavailable.
Shout out to my man. We'll try and put the tweet up if we can find it. Shout out to my man. He was like, yo, Hans are always saying, yo, Ninan Kulumi, Jan. If you don't vent and whatever. Put this in quotation marks because those are the words that Hans always use. And he asked one pertinent question before he continued with the tweet. He was like, Nyalale laini. Nabo. First problem.
And
then he went on to now state the second part of the problem. You retain the information and then it becomes the news tomorrow.
Yeah.
Before it gets weaponized. Because it gets weaponized, weaponized later on.
Yeah.
But it becomes news because dating is a group activity for women.
Yeah.
So me knowing all this information, why the fuck should I say anything to you, bro? Because I posed the counter question on our way here. I'm like, yo, Mothers comes to me with an issue or how she's feeling. None of the men them are gonna know, bro. Yeah, bro. But when I trust, saying malum. And you see when you meet the friends and the way they pre you, they just look at you like,
you see what I mean? I'm serious, bro. I'm serious, man. I think it does much. Siqhubeke ngale nkonzo lefana nale. Sihlalele phasi sitinathele emabhiya sibobokela nesotho futhi sivale inkonzo. Sanbe semakhaya. Kude lokunye. Singafafi.
Ngoba then there's another we experiencing that tweet right now. The other counter argument, because this whole thing is about nullifying everything we're going through and they need to be right.
The male experience,
you know, refer to the sign language episode. The next counter thing they say is hambanini therapy.
Okay, money in the therapy. Not like impossible objective therapy. Guys, I'm still sure I'm not. So whoever knows, please explain to me what therapy is actually for. Because as far as I understand, it's for like heavy shit. Like as far as I know anyway. That's the best use for it anyway. Yeah, if you can afford it and you just want to share your problems with a stranger, that's cool, you can do that. But as far as I understand it, it's something for heavy shit. Like when you've got PTSD from heavy shit. Like you've been to war, you were fucking raped or whatever. Like heavy shit that fucks with your psyche and how you then operate. I don't need therapy because I understand women nature and I hate how it makes me feel. I don't need therapy for that. It's just math. I know there's no handstick like this. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Do I need therapy for that? Let's say I'm a misogynist. Do I need therapy for that?
Great question.
Yeah, well, certain things are just realities and we have to accept them to be realities. The therapy, and then my other thing about therapy is then it nullifies the human experience of having people within your inner circle. Because if I can't trust the people that are close to me, then who can I trust? A stranger that I have to pay still? Nah. We overrate medical situations, man, because like even with this whole, we must go get diagnosed for the different mental health issues, it's like, no, man, let's relax. I'm not saying we don't have different mental issues that need to be diagnosed, but we're putting too much faith and belief into, I guess, Western medicine and diagnosis. But basically, it's if we all go test for some kind of mental issue, we'll find which all of us have some kind of a mental issue.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, excuse me, are we the generation now? Depressants.
That's how they tap our brains, bro.
And what's the thing for me? It's very personal and sensitive for me because I'm around a lot of people that are on shit for different shit. And I'm like, yo, who are you in for that? No one can look at me next same. Because the bany about me, oh, I'm like, no. In as much as that may be a reality, but this is just too much. Like the whole mental health issue, mental health care, and putting money in that space is really becoming a thing. It's a pandemic show on its own, if I'm being honest. I'm not going to suggest that people must take drugs because there's also a war on drugs still. And some people mustn't be taking drugs. But guys, let's not be those people now. Because you see, with the situation with my man, now all the hands are going to mental health. It's like, no. It's not about mental health. It's about O's and the issues that they have to deal with. Why are you trying to take that away from us? Because this is a problem that the world must actually identify and say, that takes O's are dealing with a lot. Instead of just saying that, you're saying, so let's all go to therapy, let's all do this, let's all do that.
All lives matter.
Instead of just saying, no, brother, I think the O's are not alright. Let's find out from the O's what's going on with the O's.
They don't want to hear.
Then we come here, we do a podcast for the O's, where we speak about O's. You don't want to watch it.
They don't care.
You see what I mean?
They don't want to hear that.
You see what I mean?
Bro. They don't want to hear that.
Like a couple of weeks back, I was bitching about that shit where they were clowning the heartbroken boys. It's the niggas get heartbroken and they start podcasts.
You see? You
see what I mean? Only a narrative now.
Hey, every time a nigga gets clowned, even the last episode, we're speaking about my man whose hand went on a girl's night out, and then she made out with this next dude, and it was on.
Now he's a worldwide meme. This shit.
Will Smith.
Same shit.
Kanye West. Tyrese.
Solo and Ibo in the petting.
So
we are still the problem for having a podcast though.
Because I remember we were looking at stats the other day, and across the world, it's not even an African thing, a European thing, a white or black thing. Emhlabeni wonke, it's double, almost triple the number of men who commit suicide versus women. And I can guarantee you, a lot more of these niggas are married also. Yeah, boy. Because it's scary when you see married buddies doing that. Yes, that's my nigga.
True.
Yo, it's scary on its own. But you peep the situation, dog. It's like, wife, youths.
Yeah.
Yo.
Actually, you see, dog, niggas is a simple thing. You freaking yourself is a you problem. There was something wrong with you. It's not about what. It's just you. Guys, if you can really sit down and be like, yo, what was actually happening in his life? Why did he get to a point where he had to do that? Oh, okay, people had parts to play.
Yeah.
By either not doing their job or whatever the case. But then again, other people are going to make a counter argument and say, your happiness and your peace is not anybody else's responsibility. Then why do I put you in my space if you're not going to provide that for me? Do I need you then in my space? If that's the case.
Because you see the outrage. Yeah, boy. My man last year, his mommy freaked herself in the hotel room. Jumped off the tape. Now, my man freaked himself. Someone had to be accountable on this side. And there was a serious outrage.
Yeah.
My man's freaked himself. No one is being held accountable. Or even, the question's not even being posed.
Yeah.
Who's accept?
It's a him thing.
It's a him problem.
Yes.
Hey, bowling, bowling.
And shout out to the big homie Villas who was speaking the devil. You see, the message that he posted, dog, it speaks to exactly what we are speaking about. Because in the start of his joint, he talked about how 4 or 5 experiences that he's had of people freaking themselves is O's. So that means the 4 is O's, and then the 1 could be that situation. So now that's 4 O's, 1 matters. In the whole situation. And like basically his whole chat was that. It's like, so as the O's, we're not now. And our hands are not making it easier on us. Because they're not hearing us, they don't care. But as the O's, we're not now. And not to say then that warrants the atrocities and the chaos that we then impose on the hands. No, we shouldn't be doing that either. But it also speaks to we are not now, JSOs. Let's fix us, then maybe we'll have the strength to fix everything else that we need to fix. Yeah.
Because I think in the same tweet he says, how can I protect you if I'm not now?
Very simple thing. And we are not fucking okay, dog. If we're going to shoot Barracks weekly, and almost on a weekly basis, it sounds like we're bitching. Clearly, you can see we're not now. Clearly, bro.
I don't want to hear that, dog. I don't want to hear that, dog. Oh.
Yeah, well, manager, I mean, it's just the whole, like you saying, dog, accountability and shifting of goalposts, bro. Outrage being different when it's this gender or that gender, you know. Even hands. I think what's the worst for me now, it's hands and other O's nullifying the main experience and disregarding it entirely.
Entirely, yeah.
Yeah, Vele asiyophinza esikhuluma. Mina that's where I'm at. Genuinely. Asiyophinza esikhuluma, man. Because it never works for us. Talk, become a meme. Don't talk, become a memory. How you want to go out?
Oh, I felt that.
Those are the only 2 ways of going out, dog.
Cry.
Talk, you're going to be a meme.
Cry, you're a meme.
You'll be a meme, boy. Trust.
Yeah.
Trust. Don't talk, you freak yourself. You'll be a memory. There's only 2 ways to go.
Because he's not even, Ricky's not even the last one. There's my man was on them soapies, the old Bali.
You check. We definitely forgot about that one. That happened.
You already forgot about it.
Again, the other chat, one of my homies was talking about, yo, shout out to him, man. It's going to be his birthday soon as well. Where he was talking about, yo, dog. Also, the outrage and the fake concern is always when the high quality, attractive Balis are the ones that freak. Because when that Bali freaked, I think it come out like some years ago talking about how he used to be abusive to his wife and them things.
Yeah.
You know, and then he freaks himself. Nobody cared. I ain't seen no one R.I.P.
Yo.
Because he was that Bali. Check.
Yeah.
And
selective outrage.
My man's goes this outrage. Because also he was a cool Like anyone that has met him has had a positive experience with him. And Nombuga Vele was just that guy, bubbly. Just that
I met him. Good guy.
Yabo.
Great guy, yeah.
So when he freaks, there's that outrage. More so from the hands. Because you see with the O's, most of the O's I understand. Because like, yo, you've had the personal experience. You see like you've met him. So most of these O's really have a personal experience with maths. Like, yo, dog, we needed a guy like this in the world. We can't afford to be losing niggas like this. We need niggas like this. And from the Hans, the angle is a little bit different because it's like he's a picture of what they would want from a man and in a man. Yeah, bro. You said it on the Will of Jada episode. We will mourn Will Smith. But you might not think that's what and that's it.
Yeah. Don't care about what they, and life goes on. Because like I was saying just before we started shooting, there's 2 people I know in the past 5 years. It's traumatic enough to know that there's two people that you know that have killed themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And they're both guys, bro.
One of them was married, right?
One of them was married.
Yeah.
Played football with him. I'm from soccer just now. Yeah. Playing with him on that same pitch a few years ago, bro. Go soccer on a Thursday, Sunday, put my announcement, which is it's over. Yeah, bro. And I went to talk to those who were closer to him because I wasn't really close to him like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, Mfethu, come back and it said, yo, Mfethu. Plume ends up by there. Broke it down.
Yeah.
Your ace had a hand to play in your demise, bro. Yeah, bro.
Again, that presents then a bigger problem for us because if it's our own people that do us in, then who the fuck can we actually talk to? In reality. No, because the situation that I was explaining with myself, that should piss me off. And it disconnected me from the whole idea of having someone, building with someone, monogamy, what, fuck off. Because I was like, this is exactly why I don't do it. Because it comes back to bite me in the ass. So I'm not doing that shit again. And then you're gonna come and do the sign language. Who hurt you? It's like, yo, it's the writing's on the wall, bro. I have to do the math. I can't be naive. And then when I die, expecting because so I shouldn't be making those decisions.
I shouldn't be making them decisions, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's hard to be a man, dog. I think that's the one thing that nobody wants to address. It's fucking hard. And in my saying that, someone would want to say, no, but it's harder being a woman. That's not the fucking point.
That's not the fucking point, dog. That's not the point.
Right.
Yesterday, I'm going back and forth. Dog, yesterday we were angry as a motherfucker, bro. We just trying to deal with everything that's going on because we're in the same industry with mine. You understand what I'm saying? You
kind of get, like, what could have.
You see, but you know what I mean? There's a lot of factors, particularly with his line of work.
Yeah.
Me, in all my life, I've been around athletes, I've been around entertainers, creatives. One thing I know about all of them, across the board, 90-95%, these people are sensitive people, bro.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Yeah, bro. Now, we're trying to deal with everything that's going on. I put out a post and a tweet. Only the men them liked the tweet because they understood what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I said, yo, when you get to that Jesus age as a man, it gets tricky for you, bro. It gets tricky for you. This one hand comments and says, why you gotta bring Jesus into it? I try and be polite and say, no. Jesus died at 33. My man who just passed was 34. Nipsey.
33.
Yeah, bro. Ricky 34, Nip 33, Jesus 33. And then she goes, what about R.I.P. to
the home
goes? R.I.P. to our Prime Minister. What about him? I was like, that's not the point.
You see how disconnected these things are. So, okay, wait. Why are you having this conversation with me? Why are you trying to argue with me? What's your objective in this?
What is your point when in what I'm saying? Because the point I'm saying is and she was the only one. People saw that on Twitter and on my WhatsApp. She was the only one. And I know she's not the one who felt that because there's a disconnect when we put reason in front of women, dog. There's a disconnect. Chat goes on. No, I don't think you're getting me. Now I'm trying to end the chat. That's again, what about Pro Kid? You met them. Pro Kid was 34, 37 when he passed. Still in and around Jesus' age. What is your point? Atiena, my point is there are people who died over 40.
That wasn't the point.
That was not what I was addressing. That's not what I was addressing. And then the lady's favorite in South Africa just got filed for divorce the other week. She put out a tweet that got the man them vexed also.
I know that had me vexed, dog. You know, at that point I was even like, yo, you know what, dog? Because I don't like disrespecting people, dog. Particularly the ones that make more money than me. Because it always sounds a type of way. But that really threw me off, dog. And like, I remember Bro Mac and them cracking jokes about a situation and shit. And I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you deserve the hate that you get as a person. Especially when you go say stupid shit like that. This body just fake, dog, and you're making it about you.
Why?
Why, firstly? Don't you understand now the bigger picture and the bigger thing that you're doing to the male experience? Again, for me, it goes back to that.
The male experience.
Because now, if you are saying it could have been you, yeah, we understand it could have been you, but it's not about you right now. Simple thing, dog. Like when the rape situations are going on, right? That's something that we do to them. We perform those heinous acts to women. So even when you try and employ reason and try to understand what's going on and try to speak to women about that shit,
you're not going to
they'll tell you to shut up because you'll never understand.
Yeah, this is a woman issue.
Alright, cool. Y'all shut the fuck up then. This is a man issue.
I don't want to hear that.
Especially because you don't want to assist in solving the issue. Right? So let's not blame you, but leave us alone. Let's fucking deal with this. And if you don't want to leave us alone, help.
Here's the bigger issue with the tweet. My issue was, one, we're talking about two different things. A divorce and death ain't the same shit.
Divorce you initiated as well?
Come on, fam. What are we doing? What are we doing, really? What are we doing? That's the first issue. Then the second issue is, because we are a sheep cultured mentality, we're a sheep generation.
Yeah.
All the comments there now just we're so sorry you went through that.
Fuck you.
Mind you, you're not the only one who went through that experience when you went through that.
Also, dog, no, dog. Meaning, here's my thing. The bigger issue in that, dog, is not only now are we disregarding and nullifying the male experience, we are overvaluing something of less important because it's on the feminine side.
I heard that.
So that's the bigger problem. Essentially, we are saying, no, fuck you, you don't matter. When I saw you bruised your knee, that matters more. That's the idea, and that's the picture we're painting. That's the notion we're putting off. That's why we are teaching people, even on a subconscious level, to know their convenience and happiness matters more than our actual lives. I don't want to live in a world like that. I'm an angry misogynist. No, honestly, bro. Honestly, it doesn't make no fucking sense.
This just alludes to the point that sympathy is reserved for women and
children, bro.
Now, if you're a male child, it's only to a certain age. Boy. Yeah, it's techy for you, bro. It's techy. Yeah, well, it's very, very techy.
I mean, I'm just over it, dog. I think at this point, I'm just like, you know what? Maybe some of my conclusions can be very toxic and dangerous to a point. But rather that than being naive. Because I can't be naive based on what I know and based on what I see every fucking day. I can't go back to being naive. So that's what's happening. So if I stand with conviction in my toxic views, then let it be that. Because at least I know that will protect me, that will keep me alive for slightly longer.
Shout out to my man, Toxic Fella, what's his name?
Yeah, the homie.
Everyone hates him on Twitter. He tweeted just now, teach your son, perish or survive.
That's it, dog.
You know, and I had the same conversation, because there's a lot of factors. I had this conversation with my cousins one time, and they were like, yo, I hope you guys don't raise your sons to behave the way you do. My brother was there. And I'm like, what the fuck? What does that mean? When? Because our job is to make sure that our children can survive and thrive in the world. Yeah. If you now raise your child to be counter to what is going to cause them and lead them to survive, you're setting them up for failure.
Yeah.
Setting them up for failure.
Bro. Shout out to Pops. I always shout out Pops as far as that goes. That was his only job, and he did that shit well. I remember when I was going through a very dark time in my life, heavy with the drugs, not caring about life and everything. He was like, yo, bruh, I'm gonna freak one day, bruh. One day I'm gonna freak. And if you are not now by the time I freak, you just might be fucked. You know, essentially, that's what he said. You know, I didn't clean up my act there and there, but that hit me to a point that where I am now, obviously in a better position. Those words always echo. And I'm blessed enough that he's still around.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing what he actually meant. Yo, by the time he goes, you must be strapped. I don't think that's why Baba, like, most of the time. I think it's one of the books we're reading, yeah? It's like, you live like your father was dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's shit like that, dog. Like, let's not, again, you see what your cousins were saying to you. Again, it's identifying the male experience. If they could, dog, they would extract all aspects of masculinity from the society. Just eradicate masculinity entirely. I'm not saying is masculine or what. It's dangerous and toxic, yes, but the alternative is worse. That puts us in a bad position.
That's what they don't want to hear, dog.
I'm done.
I posed the question. I posed the question trying to back up my point for saying no. Rather, I raise my kids the way I am. Because, scenario, me and the mother are sitting in the house. Kids walk in, mommy's crying. It's all calm. They go and give her a hug. I also tell them, no, everything's fine, guys. Yeah. Don't stress. Mom just had a tough day.
Yeah.
It's calm to say that.
Yeah.
Now the roles are reversed. You don't even see Bali. You hear your Bali. You hear your Bali crying in the next room. One, your mother's not going to know what to do. That's a problem on its own.
So your mama doesn't know what to do. You definitely don't know what the fuck to do.
What are you going to do, dog? What are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? Because again, there's only so much. I've even heard women say, yeah, but I call every day. Thank you. I've heard that. Now, you are putting a limit to how much I can express myself.
Yes, and how vulnerable I can be.
You see, what does that mean?
It means I'm not supposed to be entirely.
They don't want to hear that. See, unfortunately, we listen when you all talk. We listen.
Listen, interpret, and apply
accordingly. So if now you are saying, I know ngakhaleli futhi, then ngiyabala means no ngakali.
No, me never lapho, and it's fucked up. This for me is a real life experience. It happened to me. Now I know it's okay. You are not giving me that side ever again. Even if whatever was said, maybe in a bad position or whatever the case may be, because you said it and I heard you, that's it. You're not getting that side of me ever again. I only have to make that mistake once. But I've already made it once. I'm not making it twice.
You ain't doing it twice.
Yeah, me and because I have sisters, so when I listen to cats and we even I think I'm like, yo, you know what, bro? Just vent here if you want to vent, bro. Now call nights once in a while. I say you overloaded. No, because I have a cheat code, I must use it.
You have a cheat code.
So I'm just
you can't trust the mommies out here.
I'm carrying that. No. I'm not even with my sisters. It's just like, yo, you're not gonna share that information. But even if you do share it, it won't come back to me. Okay. Firstly. Secondly, when I share certain things with you, you give me a logical feminine perspective because we don't have extra ties together outside of being related. So you'll always be able to give me advice that serves me, that also serves Hans because you're Han. And I'll be able to filter what I need and take what's going to work for me. You'll always be objective in the advice you give me because you are family. You protect my interests.
You're supposed to, yeah.
So in that, I'm cool. And because we're also an artist, we can have music. So for some of us, we're not all the way bad. It's just like you've got options here and there. But generally, as O's, we're fucked. I mean, I just always say, let's keep it barracky out here. When you're with the O's, because just really do that shit. Just really do that. It's like, every now and again, I think to save our lives, let's just make that more constant. And because also I think maybe the other issue with us, even why maybe it's difficult to tell old shit, is because we're always trying to fix the issue. Because sometimes, even for us men, you just need someone to fucking listen. Yeah, bro. Yeah, but I think that's the other disconnect that then we also have with hearts. Because when they tell you shit and they just want you to listen, you try to fix the problem.
Yeah,
trying to give advice.
Innately, we are problem solvers.
Yeah, bro. Because you know, who've entered to someone who landed a cool 3 hours work. Yeah, bro.
But we do that, dog. Like we try.
No, we try. But the thing is, like, I'm learning how to not try to give advice. Just listen to your story, let you let loose. Again, having sisters has helped me with that.
I hear you fully.
You know, you just listen, you engage, you understand. What's in the instinct? Basically, to give advice. You know, but sometimes that's a name. Now, but it's in, I don't know, dog. What do you think it is we can do to save ourselves, bro?
Key, you said save ourselves because, like I said earlier in the episode, no one's going to save you. Right? So if you don't have...
Don't think society...
No.
If we could tell the stories, our personal experiences and shit that we've heard and shit that we know, I think people would get the picture and would see this thing is actually worse than it looks. You know?
Imagine we're saying it's worse than it looks, but we're looking at deaths.
It's bad, yeah. It's worse than it looks. So now, my thing would be, how do we as gents save ourselves? Like, honestly, how do we as gents save ourselves now? Because the women need them to help. The world certainly doesn't give a fuck. So essentially, we are all we have. What can we do as the men to save ourselves and save our brothers?
That's a difficult question, bro, because the support, yeah. But, yo, actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, because we can have the chats, you know, but still, even in us having the chats, because okay, I'm not a firm believer in Wootsie, the venting thing helps. I personally, I'm not there, dog. Like, I can tell you my problems and then what, bruh?
Yeah.
You know, not much, nothing changes really. When I look at it, it's like, okay, sharp. Yeah, well, you know, so even the talk groups and the what's okay, the organization, that's, yeah.
How will you fix my problem? No, but as far as that goes, let's just use the Eurocentric idea of a sorrow shared is a sorrow halved, right? I mean, I know, like, when I vent on records, I feel the weight off me, like, okay, cool, I've just shared this with whoever I've shared it with. It's not fully on me now. Right? But because you are men also, we need to be careful who we share certain information with. Right? I think in saving ourselves, unfortunately, there's only so much we can do as lads. Because it's not bobogelana. Sitane even to a degree. But unfortunately, if Allah my counterparts it, our hands specifically, not hands entirely. The hands of the world, they don't give a fuck about you. It's fine.
Yeah.
But your hands, the hands that you allow in your space, they have a job to play.
Absolutely.
And part of that job is to just make sure you don't get to a situation where you feel like you're alone and you want to freak yourself. You know, that's why maybe at times I appreciate it when I see it, like when I see niggas in love and having that experience with the woman where they are fully in and she's fully in and it actually works.
Yeah.
You know, it's beautiful to watch. It's even more beautiful to experience because I have at certain points in my life. It's just that my life was simpler then.
Okay.
To have
yeah.
a person like me in your life and your space like that, it's a lot. It's a fucking lot. You know, and I wouldn't want to put that on any hand. It's a lot. So look up again there, Valentine beans. And actually, on a basic level, I'm just satisfying my carnal desires.
Yeah. Okay, what else are you gonna need from them if all they can give you is squirt?
That's the issue. And the problem is they don't want to have the conversation. We'll see. Essentially, they really don't offer anything more than that. That's why when you find one that does, that's a unicorn. Same time. We don't have a lot of those.
Unicorn,
yeah, well, we don't have mythical creatures, boy. We don't have a lot of those.
That shit is mythical, right?
Yeah, boy.
You know, and I think we can end with this because hey, this is
it's long.
Doing this episode is long even for the mandem. You know, it's like yo, bro. Other episodes don't take a toll on us, but this one, it's hitting different, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't even go into details about, you know, my personal stories that I had about other people. But the other thing is, you know, the reason why we don't talk to the hands, right? Besides this becoming public news the next day.
Yeah.
And Twitter subtweets.
Trending in memes.
Trending and all that. The issue is how women react every time we vent, right? Or we express what's going on.
Yeah.
The way they react, it turns into a fight. Because now I'm saying you are part of the problem.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a fight. And then I learn and say, whoa.
And then
okay.
Once.
Thank you, Bambile.
And I catch.
Danko.
No matter we catch a top. Okay.
Yeah. Because if we see this thing is not working, say yege, particularly when dealing with women, because women we have women on space to bring us peace and fun, bruh. Now if she can't do that,
what's the point of having her?
Yeah, allow it, bro. Allow it, bro.
Gosh. So as it stands, it's over for us.
Right, dog. As it stands, part 1 says it's over for those. That's my
let's invite girls for part 2. And maybe a professional who does.
We need a professional. No, I don't want to hear from women, bro. Like, I don't want to hear from them, honestly.
No, I do want to hear from them.
I mean, I'm full.
Because justified anywhere, but I think it was simpler if I bring a figure here that I'll hold accountable on behalf of all the other women. Because that's now personal.
The first thing they will say, women, not all.
That's true.
It's very dark.
Always making the case of the two.
You know what I mean? They need to be right, shifting the goalposts and what. It's like.
I think it's another professional, just to. So in labo psycho labo betingondo. But those chazela kahle lokuthi the chemical imbalance that lead to the thing for the day, because I feel like everybody wants to take the mental health route and diagnose this as a mental issue, whereas maybe sometimes it's not that deep, though. You're just overwhelmed by life and you don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
And it's that simple.
And unfortunately, no one can talk you out of that.
Yeah.
Once you've decided,
it's over.
You're going.
Now, I think then what we would need to psychoanalyze is what would make you decide that. Well, life is not nice typically, but it's worth living. So what would make you say, eject, boy, with our school, there's some out?
Boy. I think there's two sides to that when I look at it. I'm just trying to look at it from personally.
Your view,
things that would maybe make me freak. Not that I will freak all the time.
But
you know,
if take you there,
right, the things that matter to you now are the ones that are causing you the most issues. Right? Then it's not worth it, dog. Right? Because when as a person, some people are family orientated, some people are work driven, some people are about their kids, some people are just about personal growth. When all those things are stagnant and giving you issues away from your other aspects of life that are possibly successful to the naked eye and observer, I
live in do you want better and add to your point. You see, when what you are fighting for is fighting you,
allow it. Allow it, bro. Just allow it, bro.
I know. Let's cap it. You know, R.I.P. was zonke, man.
Hey, man.
See what you did for the game, man. You know.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. You know, and even as I said that, I remember there's a lot of O's that fret locally, dog, and no one even cared.
Yeah.
And no one even shouted them out, you know. Which goes to prove, this is a problem that we actually have as the O's. This is not a societal problem. It's a nigger problem. And we need to treat it as such. It's a nigger problem. Let's break down why is it a nigger problem. And then I think if we start from there, we would have started in the best position.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a male issue, better imbatiswa as a mental issue or a global issue or a family issue. It's like,
nah, bro.
You're not hearing us, bro.
Because we shouldn't be heard.
You're not hearing us.
We're inconsequential, bro. We're disposable. Nah, bro. No, R.I.P. to all my niggas, man. It's a shame and it's sad that y'all had to take that path, you know, but genuinely we do get it. You know, and to the rest of us that is still here, how do we stop it, man? We can't be losing niggas like this for no reason, dog. You know, active members of the society, niggas that we actually need in the game. We can't afford it. There's already too little of us in the first place, you know, real niggas in the world. And real niggas can't be going. You know, Jabba, dog. You know, dogs, like, niggas. This shit is real, bro. This shit is real. And we need to get to a point where we figure out how we can fix it.
Chris Lighty, bro.
Nah, bro. R.I.P. to the niggas and condolences, man, and more blessings to the families of the niggas that had to go through this, you know. We with you in prayer, man, and solidarity. Much love to everyone, man. Let's just try to keep the love alive.
Yes.
And make sure we all be better to each other, you know, just for the sake of a better human race. Entirely, you know. It's the Barracks podcast, the People's Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow the Barracks SD on Twitter and on Instagram. You already know who we are, so we ain't diving into that though. Peace out.
God bless the man.
The Barracks Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe.